Hi, everyone. It is me, Sailor Moon, Serena here. And it is me, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Big World, Lita here. And today we're going to talk about how we broke the oversight only girls can be fighters or keepers. And how some in the Sailor Moon followership, follow this oversight. And some of them don't. Now, first off, let's talk about, the oversight that only girls can be fighters or keepers or whatever you want to call us. But first off, it's not an oversight that you can be truly handicapped for. I mean, if you choose not to follow the oversight, you're not going to get handicapped by the Toei business or Aldling Niall Golding's business or anything like that. None of those businesses or anyone that has any ownership of Sailor Moon isn't going to come at you and say, it didn't follow the oversight that was set up in that wasn't set up in the oversight that was set up, between 91, or something like that. And I don't really think Nako Takaguchi, or however you go saying her name, I don't think she takes that oversight that earnest. And even if she did, there isn't really any lawful way she could make everyone follow it. And we broke the oversight a long time ago. Now, first off, the oversight was broken by Toei themselves. And Sailor Stars, you have the Sailor Starlights, or the Free Lights, or as Deke would have called them, the Tri-Lights. Now, yes, they are all men. I am sorry, they are all men. Jordan, Dustin, and Julian, they all men. But when they shapeshift, then that's when they take on the women half of it. And if you think that Nako Takaguchi and Toei had a little, a deal over how they were handled, that's the folklore. That's the belief. That she didn't like how they handled the Free Lights or the Sailor Starlights or whatever you want to call them. But that oversight was already broken, by them. And if you don't want to believe that they were the first ones to break the oversight, Ernest coming along as Sailor Earth, he was the first one to break this oversight. And man, a lot of folks in the Sailor Moon followership really truly liked Ernest as Sailor Earth. And there still are who do. Yeah, there were some that didn't like it. There was someone out there that took it so earnest that she believed that it was a slight on Nako Takaguchi or Takenshi or however you say her name. So, anyway, yeah, we broke the oversight, and we are hell with happy by doing it, And if some of you folks can't handle that we broke the oversight, that's too bad, I guess. You got something to say about that? Yeah, a lot. You're right, Sailor Moon. You're right, Serena. A lot of folks will say, oh, she said it. But they won't show you any truth that she said it. They won't show you any feeds to any websites or any films where she said this. They'll just want you to believe that she said it. And the interweb isn't always truthful. A lot of things that are on the interweb are mostly lies. So there's some truth out there if you look hard enough. But mostly there are lies that make the interweb untrustworthy when it comes to a lot of things. But when it comes to only girls can be fighters or keepers, I can't really seek any truth to this being said anywhere. Now, I know some folks out there, they're not going to do their learning. They're not going to go and seek out some websites that were written like 10 years ago or 5 years ago or something like that. they're not going to go look at Euro and look up films where she said this. They're just going to tell you she said it. And you can't put words in someone's mouth that they never said. And let's just say, what if she did come up with the oversight? Well, good for her. But it doesn't mean we have to follow it. I mean, we're not the Toei business. We're not Bandai in business where we have to follow this drawing show and the drawing films and the film games and the books have to all follow this oversight. And to my understanding, Naoko Takiguchi is truly open-minded to everyone's take on Sailor Moon, even if it's not her take. Even if it doesn't follow everything the way that she wrote it and drew it. And it doesn't follow the ways that Toei drew it. So I would like to think that she would be open-minded to Ernest P. Worrell as Sailor Earth, even if she didn't understand English, even if she never knew who Ernest P. Worrell was. I think she would still be open-minded to it. And Ernest wasn't the only sailor fighter to break this oversight. Show player, songwriter, songster Snoop Dogg, also known by his true name, Calvin Klazor. He was Sailor's son, and he also broke the oversight as well. So, yeah. And I don't really know why the oversight is an oversight. The only guess I can come up with is that that's the grounds to why they got their might. That that's the grounds to why they can shapeshift and become Sailor Keepers or Sailor Fighters or whatever. In the Might Keepers, there isn't no oversight. There are both men and women Might Keepers, and have been for about 30 years. Between Siobhan Glee in the Walt Disney business and Siobhan Wealth team and Hasbro business. So, yeah. For whatever grounds, sake or why, there is this oversight in the Sailor Moon world that's been followed and upholded by the Toei business since between 92 when they first started making the Sailor Moon drawing show, which gave birth to many other offshoots of Sailor Moon. So, is this oversight even a true oversight? Is there any truth to her saying it? And do you have to truly follow it? The answer would be no. Not unless you're Toei business, Bandai business, or elderly Neo-Goldings, then yeah, you're going to uphold and follow the oversight. But at the end of the day, if you're making your own lover, your own follower tales or sagas, if you're making your own film or show or whatever you're doing, or you're just making films like this, then yeah, I think the oversight, you don't have to worry about it. Well, you're right about that, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Big World, Lita. You're right about that. At the end of the day, I don't believe it's an oversight. And if it is, I don't think I have to truly follow it. It's not like I can get flagged for not following only girls to be fighters or keepers oversight. It's not like the Toei business or elderly Neo-Goldings business is going to get irked and angered at me for not following the oversight that one of them came up with. Who really cares about that oversight? I don't. And I've talked to many folks in the Sailor Moon followership. Some of them are not even around anymore. And a lot of them believe that anyone could be a Sailor fighter. So, and those are folks in the Sailor Moon followership. So, yeah, I don't think we have to worry about that oversight or have to follow it. Let me know what you think. Do you follow the oversight only girls should be fighters or keepers? Or don't you? Well, you know the answer to the asking thing for us is we do not. But let me know, what do you do? I'll see you later.